I have three ways what not to sell. In 2024, you cannot sell roofs these three ways. And I'm also going to teach you three ways what I see is working really well and what you guys need to invest and what you need to do in your sales presentation, how you need to improve your sales game if you want to be successful in roofing sales in 2024. First, let's talk about what doesn't work anymore in 2024, because unfortunately I do see this still. A lot of companies are doing it, especially if you're a newer company. So check this out. So first one, stop demanding insurance paperwork. I still see so many contractors in a storm restoration game. When you meet your homeowner and your homeowner tells you, hey, I have insurance paperwork, I have open claim, they send me the check, they send me the money. So many contractors refuse to write an estimate. Don't be that guy. This is the best lead that you possibly can imagine in front of you right now. So yes, that homeowner has the paperwork. It's not end of the world if he doesn't want to share it with you. So many people don't know or lazy. They don't want to overcome that objection. They don't want to work the relationship. They don't want to create estimate. Ask yourself this: why in the world would you not want to provide the estimate to the homeowner? You are a contractor. You are literally in business to contract jobs. It's scope of work per contract between you and them. They have a job. In this case, insurance is paying for it. In this case, insurance is already issued their paperwork, their stuff. So what? You telling me that you want to be a contractor, but you don't want to write estimates? Another thing what I see contractors are doing, they start blaming homeowners. They start putting labels. Oh, this homeowner is a Karen, or he's a troublemaker. He's going to cause me problems later. I don't want to do this. Listen, stop coming to your conclusions. This could be your best customer ever. Maybe this customer have burned himself in the past or herself, and now they don't know who to trust anymore. Please don't be that guy. Treat it with respect. Read the body language. Try to understand what's happening and why they're doing what they're doing to you, why they don't want to share. Maybe there's not trust built yet. Either way, I promise you, you can provide an estimate to them. I just talked to David Taggart right before this. This is going to be our next interview on podcast on this channel. And I asked David Taggart this. I said, what do you do if homeowner does not want to share an estimate with you? And he said right there, he said, make sure, we're going to provide an estimate. Why wouldn't we? And he said that if our estimate is smaller or lower than insurance estimate that they got, we're going to honor it. So what that insurance pays $10,000 and your estimate is $9,000. So right there, I'm telling you. And comment below, guys. Comment if you would provide estimate or you don't. I'm just curious where the audience is on this problem. But I see it as a big problem in the industry. That's why homeowners don't trust us. We act entitled when we demand the estimate. You will not build no trust by doing it. You will come off as aggressive, and there's absolutely no reason for it. So number two, I know this is going to be controversial. This is my take. This is how I do business. Again, I asked David Taggart from San Antonio, A5 Roofing, this question. And it was interesting to hear his take. But my number two advice today, what not to do, is stop soliciting to people who want to be left alone. I understand that a lot of you are in a sales game, you're go-getters, and you want to overcome objections. You're hunting there for these jobs, right? And you take extra pride if you knock at the door when you saw non-soliciting door. But if you come to the homeowner, if you come to knock door and you see freshly printed piece of paper on the door, freshly printed. And right now, they're telling you, hey, we already have a roofer, we have 10, like whatever. You clearly got the message, don't do it. What do you think you're gonna gain? Please respect the privacy. That goes for phone calls, emails, text. I see this big trend in the roofing industry. Roofers piss more people than we please. Is that a reputation we really want to have? Being pesky, being annoyed? Like, come on, guys. There is going to be a better way. Build a business when people come to you. And if you do want to solicit, if you do want to call, if you do want to text, do it in a way that's not going to damage your reputation, that's not going to result in 1-star review. We work very hard for 5-star reputation. You start soliciting in not soliciting neighborhoods, you're going to start breaking the rules. Guess what? You're going to become 3-star contractor super fast. And 1-star review is 1-star review. So when you're going to start doing it, I promise you, your closing rate going to go down because people not going to respect your company and your brand for doing that. So it's not worth it. Number 3, another big trend that I see is contractors who are looking for full replacements only. Looking for full replacements only jobs is wrong. Roofs are replaced too soon. If you look at the landfill, I mean, how many jobs we replaced that are 3-4 years old? I understand that you can get that approved. I understand that you can hire a lawyer, and because they have mismatched shingles, this and that, like, I get it. Like, I have brains and I could do what you do too. But let's do what's right. I see a lot of hungry sales reps in the middle of the season, and again, just because it just happened. David Taggart interview podcast, he just said that in the middle of the summer when people ran out of leads after the storm, they start creating damage. You start seeing vandalism, but it also applies to this full roof replacement jobs. If your company does not provide repairs, if you're only looking for full replacements, and I see this as a trend, and it's not a good one, because the vandalism usually takes place when you're only looking for big jobs. You go in, it's like, okay, if I have 2 more crisp shingles, I can get this approved. Because you cannot settle for $500 repair jobs. You have to have $20,000, $30,000 jobs to pay your bills, to provide for your family, I guess. I say that you have to figure out a business where you are in demand and you're not relying on those big jobs, because people don't always need a job. Like, I'll give you an example. My neighbor just across the street of me. So I've been in this neighborhood since 2018. Since 2018, every year we have door knockers knocking at our doors, replace our roof. So he was telling me that in 2018, 2017, people were coming and telling him how he needs a new roof. That roof is still fine. This is 2024, and that roof is still fine to this day, 6 years later. I treated it with my guys. He has some algae. We went in, installed some copper strips. Algae was ugly, but 6 years later, he has still decent roof. It doesn't leak. But there are plenty of roofers in my town who would replace that job, and that, 2,000-3,000 pounds, couple tons would be on a landfill. Now he would get another one, and a couple years later, another minor wind event or hail event. Now he would be probably pitched to replace it again. So my point is, if your business only relying on full replacements, sooner or later you're going to either create vandalism acts, you or your sales guys, because you don't understand the supply, you don't understand the demand, you don't understand demand, you don't understand that, maintenance, that's where money is. People don't always need new roofs. They can fix and maintain and all of that. So I'm just saying, guys, diversify your portfolio, otherwise you're gonna starve. So now, how to sell jobs in 2024. So number 1, be solution to small problems. In order for them to trust you, they have to believe you have solution for them. Think about car dealership, right? Like, if I bring my car for oil change, I trust that dealer, and I want to trust that dealer, that he's not going to lie to me. He's going to take that car, he's going to inspect it. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, we had very, very cold day, and my wife's car, minivan, had this chemical smell. Most likely it was a battery, because the battery is all the way at the back right next to intake. Of course, with the 5 kids, I have concern about stuff like that. So I actually took it for oil change the same day, gave the keys to dealer. I say, please check it. And they checked everything, checked out, the smell went off, but most likely the battery with the extreme cold got messed up a little bit. Like with the battery, sometimes they start, I forgot how you call it, like any condensation or any acid in a battery will start smelling. Anyway, the point is this: when you go to the dealership, you don't always go for the new car. You go for the maintenance. And they told me, it's like, Dmitry, we highly recommend, it was like one of the things, like $250, we highly recommend you change this. I don't need new car. They don't need to pitch me new car, but it needs something. You know how many roofs needs a service? I'll give you a few ideas. Here's what you can sell. If you live down south, every single one of you could pick a solar fan and sell it independently from your full roof replacements. Solar fan is the product. You can advertise it, you can run ad with it, you can have a picture with it, buy solar fan for $5.99 from, I don't know, this company in Atlanta. I see the picture, I see the price, consumers ready to buy. How often do you or your wife buy stuff from Amazon? I have 8-year-old kids at my house now who is adding stuff to the Amazon. We see stuff, we scroll on the Facebook, we see something we like, boom, click, buy. What stops you to create an offer for your business that you can sell like that? Do you have to sell full roof, or can you be one roofer in your city that sells, let's say, solar fans to improve, to truly help the homeowner? And this is just one example, one product. I can give you like 5 of them, and it's going to be different video. But let's talk about this. You have one product that works, that improves that roofing system, that's going to be ventilate better, it's going to suck in the hot air or cold air in the summertime, right? You can sell it right now. You can stock it. When I went to Andy Keys, Fox Heaven in Florida, he has a pallet of them. He sells a lot of them. Every single job gets them. You can do quite a few products like that. Why don't you? What's your value proposition besides we do free inspection and we replace roofs? Really? You replace full roofs? Well, I sell cars. Buy a car from me. What cars do you sell? Doesn't matter. Just buy. I sell cars is not value proposition. Mercedes-Benz $299 payment special this month, leasing for 3 years. That's the value proposition. I can run that on TV. I can run that on the Super Bowl commercial. I sell cars is not a value proposition. I sell roofs is not value proposition. Free inspection is not value proposition. What problems do you solve? Can you guys clean gutters? Can you clean roofs? What else can you guys do? So I'm telling you, there's plenty of offers that you can do that no one else is willing to do, and demand is there. So number 1 is be solution to small problems. Become actual roofer. So many guys in this business, no, people don't even believe you. If you're in sales and I don't believe that you actually can do the work, you're already lost. I'm gonna speak it from my heart right now, and I don't want to shame anyone. Like I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you overweight, if you have extra, I don't know, 50 pounds on you, and you know it's you know you should go to the gym and you should lose weight and all that. If you overweight and you climbing roofs, not only putting your life in danger, not only is dangerous and you're not efficient, of course, are you believable? Can people look at you and it's like, yeah, that guy could actually do the job? There's big disconnect between salespeople and actual roofing professionals. And for those people who never roofed, who never put their hands dirty, I highly recommend you spend some time with your crews. Go on the field and for one day at least roof so you know what it takes. If you're the business owner or sales rep, when you arrive to check on your jobs, maybe help those crews to unload pallet of shingles, bring it to the roof, do the work. So you yourself have a little bit more respect for yourself, and people who you sell to, they can actually believe that you can do the work. People can buy a job from me because they know I could do the work. Just because I work in an office does not mean that I'm not going to do the work. If I have to, I will. So some of you needed to hear that. Again, I'm not shaming anyone. It's your health. It's your decision. But if you want to be better at sales, you have to improve everything you do. And that includes confidence. So position yourself as a repair company. Position yourself as someone who can fix real problem. Now, with all of that, why do we do it? Because now leads going to be cheaper. You actually will have way more opportunities, and I strongly believe you will have more jobs sold as a result. Because once you start doing those repairs, once you start being, the guy who can fix any problem, people are actually gonna, if I come to you and say, oh, your roof is leaking, Let's take it, let's take care of it. Let's see what's going on. And now you're going to give them options. We can repair it. We can replace it. You still can get a full replacement job, but because you were there to find a solution and you show them option, if you go to the dealership that does not have mechanics around, they can only sell you a car. But if you go to the dealership and they diagnose your car and say, hey, it's going to be $3,000 to fix your car, and it's going to be, $25,000 to buy. By the way, this is what happened to me last week. I have a 5-year-old MacBook. I brought it to Apple Store, and I don't have a warranty anymore, so it just died on me. So I brought it for repairs, and they said, we can't even power it up. It's the first time ever it happened to me. I have like 25 Macs in the past 10 years. And they said, it's $599 to send it to repair shop. We can't fix it. But it's like $2,000 to buy a brand new, updated, new camera, everything. So guess what? I just bought a new one. But they could repair. So see, Apple Store, the store that I have appointment with, they actually could do it for $599. You as a roofer can offer them $3,000 repair or $12,000 replacement. Just like I picked a new laptop instead of repairing it. Your homeowner can pick you for $12,000 roof replacement instead of $3,000 repair. But since you are not even offering repair, your closing rate might be much smaller. So now let's talk about number 2. Invest in your community, be personal. I'm talking about soccer games, local teams. We have a lot of immigrants in our community. I was an immigrant myself. This one kind of grew on me over the years. I did not understand the importance of it early on, but as I travel through the country, as I see people who are really killing in the game and have higher than normal or average closing percentage, also a lot of referrals, a lot of business, it's companies who are heavily involved in their community. I'm talking about sponsoring, games, sponsoring like what we did the boxing match last week, NFC. Nick from Hero Roofing in Atlanta, he used to fight for NFC, and he sponsors athletes at NFC. Perimeter Roofing, think about Perimeter. Why did Perimeter Roofing sponsor it? Think about 28 fights. Think about 1,000 people in the audience. It's a local event. Of course, there was roofing stuff. It makes sense for me. But Perimeter Roofing have done it before. And this is the trend that I see. When you're heavily involved in a community, when you as a sales rep come to the homeowner and you tell them, hey, we live here, my kids go to this soccer, we sponsor this volleyball team, we sponsor like timber, like whatever the game you have, that works. Because it makes you a giver. People do business with people in their community. I talked on Monday about buying power in the United States. People like supporting small business. And when they see small business supports other small business, it kind of creates a little ecosystem. It puts a pressure on a homeowner to do business with you. Because let's say they do 3-4 estimates, and one of them only stands out because he's us. His kids goes to this school, he supports this charity, he supports this team, they've seen you, it could be whatever. So think about how can you grow your impact on your community. I'm not talking about even spending a lot of money as far as like advertising dollars. Just find something that really will scream that you're part of the community. When you're part of the community, you're local. So many roofers chase storms, and they have this obstacle to actually prove to people that they're local, or we've been here, I was born here, whatever. It's very important for people to know that you're one of us. You're kind of here. You're not a foreigner. You did not come here just to get a business and then go back. If you're one of us, if you're part of the community, they're going to want to do business with you. It will increase your closing rate, I promise you that. And the last one, today what I see, and by the way, this is the trend. I see this because we have trust issues in a community now. We have a trust issue in society. And I probably contributed to it because I shed the light on all the scammers, on all the bad news. But unfortunately, it's not getting any better. We have so many scams because people are trusting roofers, trusting contractors, writing checks and getting screwed more and more bad publicity, taking place. So now people are skeptical who they can trust, and you being part of the community, when they see you everywhere, they will trust you more. The last one is demonstration over explanation. So many people in this business try to be the smartest guy in the room. You talk like a roofer to them, and you need to stop doing it. You need to really dumb it down to third grade level for your homeowners. I know that JF Timberline means a lot to you, owns chronic duration. And for you, you think like, when I say it, everybody knows what I'm talking about. No, they don't. It's the first time they heard those brands. It's the first time they heard those names. And then we're starting talking about starter strip and this and flashings. And it's a foreign language to them. I mean, do know the terms. There's nothing wrong with it. But don't try to sell on your knowledge. Demonstrate. Show them. Seeing is believing. What are you showing me? And by the way, when you do guys that, can you please pick the best products out there? I mean, if you're selling metal, show me how metal is superior. One of the companies who are doing it really well is, I hate them. I think they're one of the worst companies in the business when it comes to ethics, but it's Leaf Filter. What Leaf Filter does is this: demonstration over explanation. When a Leaf Filter sales rep comes to you or to your older mom, he's going to take that shitty product of his, he's going to go to the sink, and he's going to say, look, I'm going to show you how much water and how fast it will go through here, and it's not going to stop. He's going to turn on the water in the kitchen sink, and you'll be amazed. You're like, wow, so cool. Never seen anything like that. Gutter cover that works in my kitchen sink. I want it in my house now. And they pitch $8,000-$9,000 shitty product with the highest profit margins possible. Why? Because they demonstrate instead of explaining how is it better. They're not trashing competition per se, but they do a little bit. I mean, they do everything you guys do. They show, hey, we have a better product, but they're demonstrated. Seeing is believing. What's the last time you showed them underlayment? What's the last time you showed them your ice and water barrier, how it's superior to other ice and water barriers? What's the last time you showed, fan, vent, other accessory work? Do you show them starter? Is your starter better than other roofer starter? Why would I pick you if everything you know is the same what everybody else knows? You know the code, so other 3,000 roofers knows the code. You have 7 products that everybody's selling. If you show me how it's different, how it's better, I will actually believe you. So with those 3, this is how I would sell jobs in 2024. I would make sure that I show them, hey, like let's say I sell a Euroshield. Pick the best product out there. Hey, this is rubber. It's way better than anything else. Or it could be Ico Dynasty, asphalt shingles, but show me. It could be the video, it could be demonstration right in front of them. Matthew Mulholland does a heck of the job. Guess what? You can have the same setup in your van outside. It's like, hey, take the homeowner outside and show them what Matthew Mulholland, how is it different? How hail cannot destroy your shingle, and show them. They do it at expos. You cannot do it on every job. Yes, you can. Be part of the community. Tell them, hey, we're here, we're local. We support this athlete here. We support, this fight. We support that event. We support Timberwolves, like hockey game, wherever. Seeing is believing. Show them in your presentation what you do. And make sure you have good solutions to small problems, that you're not just some gold digger who only wants to have a big jobs, that even if they have $100 and $200 job, you still can help them. That goes a long way to sell the jobs. All right, I see the new Fresh Homes asking, all of our team don't like to do slate roofs and we are not offering to our clients. Do you think we're losing a lot of the opportunity? What I would do, slate is a big market up north. You probably New Jersey or New York or somewhere there where there's a lot of slates. We have a little bit of Minneapolis too. But what I would do is, you don't have to do slate, but there is a lot of alternatives like Da Vinci, Ludovici. There is alternative to slate roofs. You can write blogs about it. You can make a YouTube video about it. The difference between all slate and slate looking like tile, because there's metal roofing that looks like slate. Just because they have slate now doesn't mean that they have to go back to slate. So I would definitely, it's a bad idea to completely ignore and say, no, we don't do it. So if there's a demand, there should be supply. So if you have, I don't know, 10 leads a month for slate roofs, unfortunately, we don't do slate, but here's what we do. We replace them with metal. We replace them with Ludovici. We replace them with whatever products similar to slate or have slate look to it, right? If it looks like slate, you still can talk to the homeowner, because many slate roofs don't go back slate. It's too expensive. Insurance companies don't always pay, and business owners or homeowners don't always put slate back. So that's my answer. Now, another option what I would do, I would actually find someone who does it, maybe like premium sub, someone who actually loves slate, and just outsource it to them. You still can make 20-30% just channel it through a company. But if you have someone who, if let's say you have 10 leads per month doing slate jobs, find someone who, talk to them, take them for lunch. Like, you like slate? What if I give you all my slate jobs? And at the very least, you're taking care of the homeowners, you taking something in return. Maybe you do partnership where that guy does not do something that you do. Maybe you give him slate jobs and he'll give you shingle jobs. It's a business. Be creative. Think outside the box. Tony Michael says, how vital do you think SEO is to the roofing business? Is it better to hire a company or train in-house to do it? If you're big enough, I would say if you do 3 million plus, learn you can do it in-house. SEO is crucial. I would say this: if you're in business for 1 or 2 years and you know you're not going to do it for too long, then don't even invest. But if you know you're going to be in business for 10 years, you ultimately want to be on the first page of Google. It's a race to the top. You have to get there. You have to be aggressive. You have to be intentional. You can do it with someone in-house or with the agency, but you have to have a 10-year plan or 5-year plan. So if you know you're going to be in business, like let's say you do 3 million and you want to be $10 million company in a couple of years, invest in your website, invest in SEO. It will pay off later. It's not 1 or 2 year, but depending on the cost. If you're paying $5,000 a month to agency for SEO, you might as well train someone on your own team. That's what I would do. Where would you invest your first $10,000 in lead generation? All right, great question. My first $10,000. So if I just started, I would create content and I would put money behind Facebook ads. So let's say you do one video, solid piece of content per week. That's 50 pieces of content per year. You can put $10 per day for that piece of content. It could be how to repair a roof, like someone just asked clay roofs, right? Like you repair roofs. So I'm here in this neighborhood, we're gonna repair this chimney, boom. So you show yourself, you do the work, whatever. So you tell the story, and now you can put $10 per day to target the story to all the neighbors, all the zip code. That's intentional. That's your content. That's not some marketer doing some weird stuff. You actually can put $10 per day for a piece of content. It's like $300 a month. It's nothing. It's pennies. But then you're gonna see what works, what doesn't work. So if you do 50 videos and you put $10 per day per video, per week, 4 videos per month, it's not a lot of money, but you're gonna see what works, what doesn't, and whatever works. You might do 20 videos and one of them really hit. If you're a content creator, not every video gonna go viral, not every video gonna get engagement, comments and stuff, but every once in a while you're gonna do something that'll surprise you, me, and everybody else, and you're like, wow, that was good. So now, instead of putting $10 a day, you're gonna put $20, $30 a day, and leads will follow. Again, Andy Keys in Florida, Fox Haven Roofing, he's doing amazing. He's investing in videos, so he has an in-house videographer now, a marketer. They do a lot of fun stuff, fun to watch. I did a video with him, full week of programming for marketing fitness. Go back and rewatch it. He explains how he did it. Again, if you take that strategy and you put $10,000 on it, just organic, healthy, good business content. Just put a little bit money behind it. That's what Facebook wants. So many people say, well, Facebook does not work for me. Yeah, if you just throw money at the problem, it's never gonna work. But if you create content and put a little bit, a few dollars behind it, and now you see what sticks, what doesn't, that's actually a strategy by Facebook. So once you start spending money, Facebook gonna reach out to you and they're gonna teach you that. So that's what I would do. Plus Ultra Roofing says, what's a fair amount of money to sponsor a small sports team for a small company? Those sponsorships are not expensive. I've seen $500 a month, $1,000. They're not expensive. Even like NFC, you could sponsor NFC. I want to say 1,000, 2,000. I think it was like $5,000 for like bigger logo, like in the ring and stuff. So not expensive. You will be surprised. But what you want to do with it is you want to put it in your sales presentation. So when you sell, right? So you're in front of homeowner, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I'm selling you this job, you know, blah, blah, blah. By the way, a few things about our company. We sponsor these 3 teams. Do you know this team? Like middle school, blah, blah, blah. We help them a little bit. Do you know this team? Just 3 logos. They'll see the banner. They might never see it on the field, or they might see it on the field, but they never pay attention. We always see those banners, but we never, it's kind of there. But now you see a person in front of you and you see the picture of volleyball team holding your banner or banner behind it. You're like, now it clicks. Oh, this guy is local, or he is supporting, you know, our middle school volleyball team or whatever, or this fighter, or whatever the case is. So the point is to tell the story that you're local and you're doing this. And I'm not talking about like crazy bragging and stuff. I'm talking about couple seconds in 10-slide presentation. Just mention it. It goes a long way. It's not like you're going to lead with it. It's not like, oh, do business with me because I do this. No, it's one more thing that gives you edge over your competitor. Any recommendation on a SEO agency? Sorry, I forgot to ask in my question. I recommend few actually. Tim Brown Hook Agency is one of them. Salty Media is another one. Pretty good guys, young, aggressive, reasonably priced. Those 2 come to mind right now. Has Lee asked for a rematch? Maybe try his luck playing rock, paper, scissors against you. No, nobody heard from Lee. I did not hear from Lee. Few people who have mutual friends who talk to him. Does not look like he's gonna learn his lesson from this fight. He's talking trash already behind people's back. He says he told someone that he would won if that would be MMA fight. We'll see about that, but no, there's gonna be no rematch. There's no like everything has been done. It's settled. The case is closed. Beefed, settled. Can't wait for his official statement. He told several people that he wrote a statement as early as one Monday or Tuesday, but somehow no one heard about it from him, and who knows what the man is. I'm just hoping he's okay, speedy recovery. I wish him the best. I wish him the best in business, personal life, and I'm happy with the results. So undisputed win, by the way. Who would recommend buying sales content, Roof Strategist or Becca? Both of them are great. Both Becca and Roof Strategist. Adam is awesome. I like Adam, but so is Becca. Like, I don't know who is better. That's your choice. That's your preference. Maybe both. Try both. Who knows? Like, I learn from everyone. Hey guys, newer sales guy here. How can I compete against the bigger, more established companies in my market? Companies only about 2 years old. Honestly, I talked about it on Monday Marketing Fitness Call. It's okay. It's okay to be small guy. You have no idea how many people will do business with you versus bigger company. This country is crazy in that sense. We support small business. People who likes you will buy from you. 2 years is more than enough. 2 years means you're professional, you're there, you're here to stay. By itself, just because someone has been in business longer, it's not going to give them bigger edge. It's your confidence, it's how you act, how you present yourself. There's 500 other factors that are more important than how long you've been in business. Guys, I've seen companies, if you remember Sam Kohler, first year in business, $17 million. Insane. You know, small team of 5 guys. So the way it works, Sorry, still talking through my nose. The way it works, if you have confidence, if you're professional, if you're, want to achieve massive success, you will go against giants and you will beat them. If you don't quit, you can't lose. So I don't think it's huge deal in the roofing business how many years you've been in business. Now it gets easier because, of course, if you, on another note, like if you've been in business for 40 years, you're just confident. You just come. But again, when I started Storm Group Roofing, I was going against Seller Roofing. Seller Roofing is a big giant here, $50 million company. And the feedback I was getting from customers who were hiring me is that company was arrogant. They're like, yeah, we call Seller. And they were assuming sales. They didn't want to work for it. And they're like, Dmitry, you're hungry. Like, I like you. That guy came in from Seller. He's like, and I'm not talking negatively about Seller, but I'm sharing my feedback. When I was brand new company, I was winning jobs from bigger players because people like me better than those sales guys. It comes down to personalities. So if you come to the homeowner and you're cocky because your company has been in business for 40 years, not every homeowner likes it. So stay humble, work hard. Every customer is a new customer. Every customer is opportunity. Every customer have to be sold. You can't just come and I don't care how long you've been doing it, how great you are, you still have to work every customer. You might sell 10 in a row, and then if you come in lazy and you're like, I got this, you might not get that sale because someone can come more humble than you, work a little bit harder, and close the deal right in front of your nose. Just saying. Best way to recruit. Be a good leader, have a good reputation, have a reputation of actually paying people. I see this all the time. Like I see people in business who are struggling and who have no problem recruiting. People who have no problem recruiting, they build amazing brands that attracts both homeowners and salespeople. But I also have a reputation that they're paying and taking care of those salespeople. If you have good reputation among salespeople talk to salespeople. There's word of mouth marketing there that will go for you. So treat those salespeople very well, and they're going to bring you more people. So that's the best way to recruit. Vanguard Roofing owner used to be $3 million salesman before he started on his own. True, but still, the point is, Andre, what I was making is he was $3 million salesman before he started, but then when he started it, first year in business, they did $17 million. The reason it's impressive because in their market, they also have giants, and they were selling against them. So 1 or 2 years in business does not matter. What matters is how you present yourself, how you carry yourself, and so on. Would challenging other contractors in my area be a valid marketing strategy? Focusing on competition generally is not a good strategy. Like I would not do fighting. He said fighting. Depends what kind of customers you want. Like if everybody's in, like I'll put it this way. If you live in town where, martial arts is everything. Like I'll give you an example. Like Philadelphia is known for like boxing, like Rocky Balboa, right? So if it's a community thing, if everybody and their mom, everybody has a fighter in the family, maybe you have to study your market. You have to study. But if you live in a neighborhood where like everybody's against fighting and everybody's super nice, and now you're the troublemaker, people will try to separate them from yourself. So be careful. Know your audience. Know who your customer is. Even this fight with Lee Haight, it was calculated risk for me. I did it for myself, and at first I got a little hit, and not everybody agreed. But then I'm like, you know what? Who is our target audience? It's roofers. I did talk a lot. I called out a lot of people, and for me it was more important to accept it because when someone else publicly start threatening you, start coming to expos and in your face telling you that you're going to fight him, I feel like I would lose face in front of my audience if I wouldn't do it. So for me, as risky it was, as stupid as it might sound to you, it was calculated. Like I knew my audience, and results show for itself. Many people prophesize that, hey, you're going to lose your respect and that's the biggest mistake of your life and this and that. And maybe it could be the case. But now looking back, I'm proud of it. I'm happy with the results, and I'm happy what it did for the community, for myself, for the channel, Was it risky? Absolutely. Fighting anyone is risky, but you have to know who your audience is. That's how I answer that question. All right, guys, we're gonna finish this podcast today, this video. If you have any more questions, I will be checking them after I publish this video, so comment below any sales related videos. I'm not a sales coach, I'm more on a marketing and branding, but of course I sell, and I used to sell for my company. I highly recommend Roof Strategy, Adam Bensman. I think he's one of the best sales coaches in the industry for startups. If you are trying to scale the business, if you're doing 5, 10 million, I highly recommend looking into Rodney Webb. He was my sales mentor. He helps Brent Siemens, Chris Porowski, people from my community, one of the best sales coaches out there. I do recommend them highly because you need mentors, but you need good mentors, not some loudmouth fake guru who just claims to be successful, but you need some people who actually have been there and can take you there. And those couple of recommendations in sales, Adam Bensman, and also Becca Switzer is awesome, and Rodney Webb. Comment below who helped you in your sales game, what kind of training you've done, and what's the best way to sell in 2024 in your opinion. I'll see you guys in the next video.